Good morning, you guys. Today is the 6th of December. It's coming up on 1 a.m. local time now. We are currently on eastbound Interstate 40 in Arkansas. We are on our way to Russellville to pick up a load at one of the Americold facilities in town there. There are two Americolds that I know of in Russellville. One of them is right behind the Conagra Foods plant off of Highway 64 there, and the other one, which basically is basically linked to that Conagra plant. And there's another one down the street that basically handles the Tyson storage for Tyson loads that come out of that Tyson facility a couple miles down the road there. We're going to be specifically picking up from the Conagra related one on Elmira or Elmira, whatever street there, I think is what it's called. Alright, so that said, might be wondering how the hell I ended up way over here when you last knew that I had delivered in Plainview, Texas. Plainview would be in between Amarillo and Lubbock. I mentioned in that video I was planning on stopping at the Rip Griffin truck stop about 20 miles north of Plainview. I forget the name of that town. I want to say it starts with a T, but I could be wrong. But I had a change of plans. I ended up going all the way up to Amarillo and doing a 34-hour reset up there because, and as it turned out, I got parked there at the TA in Amarillo with 4 minutes left on my 70-hour clock. It actually went slightly into the negative with post-trip time factored in. And I was going to be recapping 10:56 that night, which was, I couldn't do a really good shift with that. Problem is, the next shift was, the next night was only going to be 5 hours and change in recaps. And the night after that was going to be only 2 something. So those 2 nights of recaps combined weren't even going to be enough for a full shift. So I just ended up doing a 34-hour reset instead. And I'm glad I ended up doing it in Amarillo instead of that Rip Griffin's. There's just nothing at all around the Rip Griffin for the most part. And whereas if you're there in Amarillo, there's a whole bunch of stuff nearby. I think it's overrated, but dude, don't go off the road there. I'm brain farting on the name because I'm getting Texas Best Smokehouse stuck in my head and interfering with my ability to recall the name of the damn restaurant I want to recall. I know that's not it. I'm saying that's what's popping up on my head, and that's what it's like smacking me freaking hard in the head to the point where I can't think of the damn restaurant I wanted. And the one with a 72-ounce steak. It's right across the freeway, basically, from the TA. You just go across, right across there, and then walk down the street about half a block, and it's right there. Anyway, I didn't end up going there, but I probably should have, because now my feet, the way I've been having foot problems, and I'm starting to wonder if the cold weather has something to do with it. I don't know if it's like some kind of form of arthritis or Raynaud's phenomenon or some other form of neuropathy or whatever. I don't know. But I just did not feel like walking. And problem is, though, I ended up going to the Black Bear Diner right there inside the TA and when I was ready to eat, and ended up getting a New York steak. That had been the worst New York. That was the most bland steak I ever had in my life, or just about. Not the least bit impressed. Service was okay, not bad, but not great either. I would say they didn't. I don't think it was that busy. I wasn't busy in there, so I'm not really sure what the server was doing half the time. I don't know. I wasn't busy watching her like a hawk to see if she was keeping busy with stuff, and I don't know. I just wasn't really that impressed. Made me wish I would have rather gone to just dealt with the foot pain and get over to the other place and eat there instead. All right, so I ended up getting a 34 knocked out the 5th. The early morning of the 5th, like 5:30 in the morning. That's when my 34 was up. Well, actually before on the 4th in the evening, our swamp guy Rob called me up and asked me if I'd be interested in rescuing a load going when my reset's up. That was going to Newark, New Jersey. All right, so. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't have a problem with doing that. I said it was due actually on the 6th, which was when I started this shift, but it's now the 7th. So yeah, but don't worry about that appointment time because we're going to get it rescheduled. All I knew was that all he really knew was that the driver reported that they were ill. And that it had been sitting there, and they were probably not in the truck. That's about all he knew, I guess, from his notes. So it had me wondering, like, what kind of mess am I walking myself into by accepting this? Because driver ill and not in their truck kind of makes me wonder, did they abandon the load and go home? I don't know. Or are they really ill? And then if they really are ill, are they actually in the truck or are they somewhere else? And do they live in the general area or somewhere else? There are a lot of questions going on in my head. What's going on there? And all right, so I went ahead and agreed to do it though, help them out there. And I get over, and so the plan was for me to. The instruction was for me to drop my empty trailer at the carrier facility, right? What's that? Fleet Refrigeration, I think is what it's called. Right there in Amarillo. It's practically right across the freeway from the Flying J truck stop. Drop it in the yard there, and then Bobtail from there to Santa Rosa, New Mexico. Where the other driver's truck and load were at the TA, and the plan was for me to expect that the guy won't be in his truck, and to basically gain access to the truck, disconnect from the trailer, move it out of the way, and then hook my own truck back up to the trailer. Now, the other driver drives a Freightliner. I drive a Freightliner. There was that possibility that maybe my keys will work on their truck, on his truck, and there's that possibility it wasn't going to work either. So I'm thinking, am I going to have problems even getting into this guy's truck when I get there, or am I going to have to wait for, possibly for another driver with the same kind of truck and same key code or whatever to voluntarily stop there and get into it. But even then, there was, anyway, I get over there. I find the guy's truck in the very last reserve spot, right across from the Catskill. And I park in the spot right next to it, and I look over there into his truck, because the curtains were not closed. I could see clearly into his truck, and I could see that he had like a Tupperware type container up here on the dash, and like a receipt of some sort, and I don't know, maybe a couple other things here. I think like an eyeglass case or whatever it was. So I'm like, oh, okay, so at least it's promising that maybe they did not abandon their load. They have that stuff in there, so it wasn't like some bullshit story to abandon the load or whatever. Well, then I take both my ignition key and the one on my keychain with me over there. I first knock on the sleeper area first to see if I get any kind of reaction at all. And nothing happened at all. So I figured, okay, maybe the guy really is away from the truck then, like they were saying. So I tried to open the door with both of my keys. Neither one of them would work. So I had to get a hold of Rob again and tell him, hey, yeah, my keys don't work. I don't have, Anyway, after I contact him about that, he ends up getting in touch with the driver. Found out he was actually at the local hospital there, Guadalupe County Hospital, over on the west end of Santa Rosa. And yeah, he was in a particular room there. So I went ahead and he said, yeah, he's expecting you. He'll have the key there for you whenever you get there. So go ahead and head over there. So I head over there, about a 4-mile trip around across town. Meet up with him, get the key for both the ignition and for his enforcer lock. And I ended up getting his truck disconnected, moved out of the way, and sent him a little text message. This isn't the exit I take. I usually take 84. I don't know why this thing's thinking I'm going somewhere else. Or is that a different facility that I'm not used to? I didn't get zoomed in here. Okay, so that might not be the same Americold that I've been to before. I kept thinking, I will look down and my onboard was trying to get me to exit there off exit 83. I'm like, why am I getting off there? I thought I was right behind the Conagra facility. I don't know, is that a new one or something? We'll have to find out, I don't know. Give it a try. Anyway, I ended up getting his truck moved out of the way. Still buttoned up his truck like he asked me, and got rolling. And my intent was to run the load to at least the Oklahoma City area by the end of the day. But long before I got there, because I gave Rob my best case ETA to the customer in Newark, and that was going to be like the 8th tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, like really early in the daytime. It would have been best case scenario. Or like 1 or 2 in the morning, whatever. So, he does his work and then comes back about an hour later, calls me up and said, the earliest I was able to get you scheduled for was the 12th. I'm like, oh my God. So he goes, what's your, how soon can you be here in Sapulpa to drop it? So I figured it out. It's like, well, if I don't know for sure that I can make it there all the way there on this shift, but I can try. If I can make it there on this shift, I'll be there tonight. If not, probably the next morning, which was yesterday, the 6th. I figured probably around 6 or 7 in the morning or something like that. I thought I was going to come down the street over here and make the right turn right over there where on that same street where you go to the end of the Conagra facility, but apparently Elmira is over here. I swear there were like 2 Americolds over there. Elmira, this light up here should be Elmira. Get zoomed in here and we'll get this figured out, I guess. I ended up making it all the way to the terminal last night. about 7 p.m. Got the load dropped, and this morning I got hooked up with this load here. So I'm a very happy camper, and I'll explain why when I get done here. When I'm on the way out, when we're done with the pickup. Yeah, this is Elmira. Okay. Yeah, and Elmira's the trucks over 6 height, 11.6 height, no access to 64. Well, it's alright, I'm not trying to... Okay. Yeah, look at this big building over here must be it. I think that's I see an Americold logo right there, so. And nothing but drop trailers over here for the most part. Alright, do have a guard shack here. You get those lights off for both for the guards' sake and for the shag driver's sake. Shit, I should have looked at that sign there. I saw the sign there, but I didn't think to read it though. Good, how you doing?
Alright. I swear you better watch your ass with that yard driver. I don't know what he's smoking tonight. That guy's got his head on somewhere.
One of them days, huh?
Yeah, that's alright. You having a good day?
So, that's always a good day when I'm getting a load going to where I'm going to. Definitely can't complain. How about you?
I'm just hoping there's not going to be another accident. We had one shuttle driver today run into one of the Navajo trailers. This guy right here, I don't know what the hell he's doing. He dropped the trailer over here and then almost ran to the pit trying to back up to the spot he's in now. He cut off one driver trying to get into door 25.
Not the most experienced shag driver in the world, huh?
I got a feeling he doesn't know what he's doing. It's worrying me because I'm sitting in this building. I'm like praying to God he doesn't get me. Jeez, man.
I don't blame you. I post on YouTube all the time, and I got a video of who taught this yard jockey how to back. It's one of my more highly viewed videos, and the guy is horrible.
Yeah, like I said, he's worried me. Let's see, you're picking up, right?
Yes.
What's your number, sir?
You're looking for a 0349 number?
No, it'll be a 131. It looks
Oh,
like
okay, I see it. Yeah. 131-70247.
Okay. My brain doesn't work that fast. Okay, 131
70
70
247.
247. Alright, thank you.
I'll say it faster next time.
That's right. Hey, where's it going?
Victorville.
Interview, okay. I need your CDL, sir. I'm going to put you in my driver's log.
Need the physical or just a number on it?
Oh, we don't use any of that. I just write down your states, the city, and your first and last name. That's all we do off of that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you want me to just give it the numbers to you? Or? Okay, no problem.
We got a list of people who's not supposed to be on the property anymore. That's the only reason why we do this. We got to verify who's here.
Yeah, that's good to know, because I know. I never question it myself, but I know I know of other drivers who've complained about that kind of stuff.
Oh, this one right here, a guy named Timothy Walker and a guy named Keith Raincourt is his last name.
Huh.
Yeah, they I don't want to get into what they did.
They made the famous DNR list.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to a customer where I've made that famous list, thankfully.
I'm glad, I'm glad, man. Now, we had a few get literally just, stuff happens, not everything is going to go right, and when they lose their temper and do stupid stuff, well, that's how you end up with a list.
Yeah. Now, there've been one or two places where I threatened to leave with my load and say, you're not getting your load until that rude ass guard gets replaced or apologizes or something. But that's about it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta have cooler heads sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. I gotta make sure that's on 0. Make sure you got 3/4 of a tank, and inspect it back up, make sure it's clean, and then I'll slide the wheels back before I send you in. I have to call the office and know where to send you. I'll give you a driver sheet here in a minute.
Okay, I'm currently set at -10. You want me to change it to 0?
I'm not sure what they got it on. Yeah, the lady told me 0 going in. If they needed a higher one, they'll put it back down. But one thing I got to figure out is maybe they just get that just to keep it cold. But the only thing we have at -10 is the Tyson food loads. Everything else is at 0 or right at it. So
Oh, well.
I'll just lower it down.
This one going to Victorville, I know for sure it's a Conagra load.
Yeah. Conagra is usually 0 or -5. But unless they tell me, when they get you the paperwork coming out, it'll have what it said on.
Okay.
If you're keeping the trailer or are you dropping it off?
Good question. I'm not really sure. I actually mistakenly believed I was going to the one that's behind Conagra.
Oh yeah, there's 3 of them in Russellville, believe it or not.
Yeah, I didn't even know about this one, and when I saw it was going to Victorville, I just kind of assumed Elmira was
Yeah, you're right on time. They actually need that trailer.
Oh.
She said they were fixing to go pull one. She goes, well, that helps us out. So all you gotta do, she goes, yours is already ready. So she said, go ahead and drop it into door 9. The door's open so they can start loading it, which is right over here behind the shack.
Okay.
Let me. She said once you get that dropped and open up there, you can come to the dock office and grab your papers, and she'll show you where it is. You've been here before? No, I don't think you have, right?
Not to this one. No.
Okay. The little building right there, you'll see it's got the blue sign on it. It's got little bitty windows in it.
Where the snowman is at, or?
Let me see. Oh yeah, right there. See where I'm shining the light?
Oh, there.
Yeah, where the yard driver's
right.
driving.
Yeah, right where the yard mill's at.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right there. There's 3 little cones that you park in front of. That's where the office is. You'll go up 2 glass doors, and it's on the right side.
Okay.
So yeah, just go ahead, open it up, and drop that in door 9, and unhook, and then go straight to the office. They'll tell you where your load's at.
Okay, and trailer number, you want this trailer, right?
Well, that's the thing here. Since you're dropping that, I'm not sure if that's what they want or not. You might want to go and ask them before you do that, because yeah, usually if you're keeping the trailer, but since you're dropping it, I'm not sure. That one I'm not sure of. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing.
Okay, no problem. And then door 9, so okay.
Yep, door 9. That should be, like I said, just a little past the guard shack.
I'll be a lot nicer to your shack than the shack driver.
Man, I appreciate it. Hey, man, it's not your fault. That guy don't know what he's doing, but
I'm a lot better at that.
All right, man. I'll see you on the way out.
All right, we'll do. Alright guys, we are checked in here now. As you saw, it's this guy's pretty friendly here. We're gonna go drop our trailer into door 9, which is right in between that Navajo trailer and let me make sure I clear this thing here. Alright, we're good. Yeah, right in between the Navajo and the National Carriers trailers. Looks like it's kind of a tight fit between the 2 trailers though. Alright, I'm going to get my tandems down this way a little bit more. Get my doors open and I'll get back in. Doesn't sound like this shag driver's a very good backer. It's he might qualify for my next Who Taught This Yard Jockey How to Back video. Alright guys, let's get this thing backed in here. Get the window down some. I need to get my drive tires in that direction pretty quickly so I get my tandems moving in the right direction. This might be a little bit of a challenge because it looks like kind of a tight dock door. See what we can do with it. Okay, yeah, it's the second Navajo, not the first one. What a creep, not frickin' jerk. Trying to finesse this pedal so I get the right movement, but it's fighting me. Okay, I gotta over rotate a little bit, so we'll pull some of it out a little bit. So I can see where the line is at over there now. Don't know if you guys heard, this is going to be a dropping hook, and I guess we showed up just in time. They were about to send the yard jockey over to grab a JCC trailer, but now that I'm here, they don't have to do that. My load's ready to go, so we're just going to disconnect the trailer and head over to the shipping office and see what trailer to grab and where it's at and all that. Alright, we are disconnected now. Let's let these bags drop and we'll go over to the office. Come on. Alright, put that utility light off. See a ringling come out of a door there. Okay, so we're gonna come right over. I have my lights off, but there's a set of cones right in front of us. We're gonna park right in front of these. This will be the shipping office right here. That's where we're gonna check in at. Alright guys, we are gonna hook up to our trailer, which I believe is this one right over here. Yeah, that's it, right there. 6618. Yeah, he had said that it would either be over here along the fence or in door 44. Oh, it's tight. It's a tight lane, it's a tight spot there. I'm gonna have to raise my bags up and pull the landing gear out to get the so I can get it raised up. Come on. The drive tires centered under that trailer. I might have gone too far. Well, it might be alright. I feel like I should be feeling it already. I'm not. So let me pull away. Yeah, I should already be feeling the weight of the trailer on my fifth wheel by the time I get a certain way in, but no, I'm not feeling it, so I'm gonna have to raise my bags up and wait till I get a good indicator, which might make it a little bit more complicated with trying to get the thing dragged away from this other trailer so I can get the damn landing gear out. Alright, now we're ripped. Alright, so I'm gonna get this pre-tripped. Well, actually, you know what? I'll probably end up get the lines hooked up and maybe move it over out of somewhere where I can actually get to it and do a better inspection on it. It's hard to. I don't think there's much room there for me to maneuver on either side of the trailer, so I'm on. Alright, so yeah, we'll get the airlines hooked up and probably just drag it straight out if I can. Alright guys, we are done here. I was actually able to have just enough room to work with to get the landing gear up. I'm going to go ahead and wait till we're away from these other trailers before I slide the tandems though. I'm going to get it pulled out that way because otherwise there will be tail swing that I don't want to have take the risk of hitting that Navajo trailer with. Okay, let's get it lined up with the trailer here, and then we'll get our tandem slid real quick and get checked out here. Alright guys, we got a winner here. Fix this. This is just a little bit crooked. It annoys me. I don't know how noticeable it is to you guys, but I notice it on my side. See, am I back in to entertain you a little bit more than his?
At least you didn't have to go all the way to the fence and back it up 16 times.
I was having trouble because it's harder to feather a throttle than it is to feather a clutch pedal.
Oh no, I understand.
Oh, especially when I start off tracking a certain amount from the trailer, it's like it fights me more. And
They haven't got a lot of space right there either, but.
no, I was noticing that too. Like, hey, it's kind of a tight fit there. I was hoping I wasn't going to hit that that other trailer over there. Definitely a good reason to have the tandems back. There's no tail swing there, so it's easier to get in there without hitting stuff.
Yep. They had to do that for safety. That happened last year. In fact, we had a driver. He didn't pull them back, and guys were loading them with the forklifts, and the thing was bouncing up and down, and it ripped the seal off the wall and damaged the truck. That was one of the worst ones I've seen here so far. But that's what I tell some of these guys. They're like, "Well, it's so much harder." I'm like, "Brother," I says, "we can't endanger the employees or the building." So
It damaged the seal in the.
yeah, you see those seals there for the truck? You know, the dock seal there.
Oh yeah, the black rubber things there.
Yeah, it ripped it right off the wall. because the trailer was backed into it, but when those 3,000-pound lifts are carrying 2,000 pounds of chicken, that's 5,000 pounds. The trailer was doing this.
Oh.
Yeah, it damaged it. I came in there one day, I was like, hey, what happened to the wall there? And that's when they told me what happened. Yeah, with those back wheels, they keep it all the way back, keep it, level, it don't move. They don't really, it bounces quite a bit.
So that's good input, because most of us drivers don't get that kind of feedback on
I believe it. I specifically asked.
We usually get told some bullshit like how it's safer for the forklift operator or whatever, and like we go to so many places where we dock in where they don't care about where the tandems are at, and then you get certain ones that do, and it's like, for good reason, drivers tend to question it.
Yeah,
but
no, I was gonna say, I give them a specific reason, because I physically seen that door last year get ripped off like that. They just don't realize it. Like I said, yeah, that thing there, it bounces up and down. You can see that thing over there. Was it about a week and a half back? I heard the guy with the radio, the trucker had to actually put it back into there because he had dropped it, and the shuttle driver, they asked him to go move back in. They were bringing so much in, it moved it away from the wall. For some reason, it didn't lock in. He had to back it back in. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes the trailer brakes don't properly set.
No, they don't.
I've had a few do that where it's, like they're not adjusted properly. There's a problem with, like, say, an ABS valve or something.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't let them set. Yeah, I've had all that. And I remember I had one trailer that, even with me hooked up, it kept, like, I would hit the dock, it set my brakes, and like I had two different places out of 3 or so in a row, both all tell me that I was too far away from the dock door. I'm like, what do you mean? I actually push into the dock door while I'm setting my brakes, and I go back there and like, holy shit, there really is a gap here. Why is that? Because
I mean, it's possible. Sometimes they have, like I said, you could have play in the brakes, but with all that weight coming in and out of there, I listen to these guys later all night long. I hear that bang, bang from the coming off of there, and I'll see that trailer actually moving. I'm like, good God. They're ramming this stuff in there.
There's a joke video on Facebook or whatever that I remembered watching quite a few months back, where someone in bed. And it's a joke about what it's like for us in the sleeper berth when they're doing that.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's pretty. Over there. Hey, see, I work another job over there at Tyson Distribution Center down the road. They're not allowed to stay hooked up to it, and it's even a worse answer than that, because they showed us pictures. Some of those guys driving forklifts. Okay, they're going too fast. They forked the side of the trailer. Forks come out of it.
I've seen that.
Yeah, that's why they say when they back it up, they can drop it and park in front of it, but they can't stay hooked up to it. That way, no accidents happen for the driver or the employees. But we had one guy last year. He because I seen it, like, what happened to the guy? Oh, he got fired. What happened? He goes, let me show you the pictures in the office. And the forks were hanging off the right side of the trailer because he went in too fast. And it was at the very end of it. He goes, if a guy who had been in the truck, it would have went right through his cab.
Well, okay, like this trailer here has the center chute.
Oh yeah.
And those guys tend to rip up our chutes too when they're careless with the taller loads.
Oh yeah, those big ones. Now that I understand.
Yeah.
All right, let me go check this out real quick, and then I'll let you get going.
Alrighty.
You'd be surprised some of the accidents I've seen come around here. Like I said, last night, like I said, one of the, it was actually this afternoon, excuse me, they had to write up all those reports because they didn't know how to do that. The other driver ran into one of those other trailers, and I was like, golly, man. Oh, it was 2 weeks ago, though, one of the yard drivers, my radio wasn't working. His door was flopping over there. Door number 14 over there, he backed into there. They ripped off the downspout off the side of there, and he almost ripped the door off.
I thought you were going to say he did rip it off. I've seen that happen a lot.
No, luckily, it scraped the side of the building and opened back up. But had he not, he probably would have ripped it off. But he had people honking at him and hollering. I guess he didn't didn't pay attention. He's just looking like he's backing up. But it was the one on the passenger side. But yeah, it's not been in too good.
It's always the passenger one that I don't pay attention to.
Yep. All right, brother. Everything matched up. Hope you have a good day, man.
All right, we'll do it. You too. Alright guys, we are ready to get out of here. Alright, so it is a heavier load. It is just under 40,000 pound load. Just in case I don't include the footage in there, which I might have included, but might not have. It just depends on my editing if I like how long the video is. I did talk when I was checking in about how it's going to Victorville, California, my home. In fact, we're going to the same Americold that I always park my truck in front of or nearby. So, yeah, that's where it's going to. I forgot when it's due there. Shouldn't have any problems getting there on time. I want to say it's due on the 10th. I think, which is Sunday. I forget. It might be the 9th, but I'll double check. I'm gonna come up here to the Pilot truck stop and scale it first, and we'll conclude the video there. That way I can swap. I know I can swap out my rear SD card while I'm there and finish it there. Make sure everything's hunky dory, and we'll get. Then I'll start making my way. Alright, so let's see. I think I was able to get my whole story told about getting that load, that other load dropped at our mothership in Sepulpa last night, and yeah, alright. Ended up meeting up with a friend, running into a friend of mine there at the yard. It was a little bit too late getting to meet up with my good friend Daniel, who was there yesterday, but he left before I got there. Then I thought I was going to run into another one of my friends there when I saw his truck sitting in the intake line there for the service line, whatever. But is this? Yeah, this is it. Okay. I kept thinking I was turning into a driveway right here, but I'm pretty sure this is right. But anyway, yeah, so my friend Scott, who I've known, who was, who came to JCT about a year after I did. We became friends as soon as right after he started driving for us. I saw his truck in the intake line, and so I call him up and ask him, hey, where you at? Yeah, because he goes, oh, I'm in Arizona right now. I'm like, Arizona? What the hell are you doing in Arizona when I see your truck sitting right here in the intake line? And he says, oh, I rented a car and I'm on my way home. And like, rented a car? Like, why exactly are we doing that unless you're quitting? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He quit. Might be another. Yeah, I might make that the reason he quit, because he's not the first person that told me about this new change. But yeah, I might talk about that when I make the delivery video in Victorville. Alright, let's get. Oh, I forgot to get my screen record set up. Well, I didn't really need it to hear, but. Arkansas. I'm trying to remember if I need my trailer license plate here in this state. Some states require it. of a problem here, but maybe not such a problem. Okay, I am 35,860 on the Tandems, which is way overweight. That's not going to fly in California. However, good news is there are no weigh stations between California, Arizona line and my house, so I can kind of get away with it. I'm going to have to slide my Tandems. We'll show you guys how to figure that out. There's an app you can use as well, but I'm going to go ahead and calculate it. Okay, so technically it's not right, but one of the ways you can do this is, what was it, 35,860 minus 29,320. Okay, so we got a 6,540 pound difference between the weights. Now, rule of thumb here, every 1,500 pounds, you gotta slide back a foot. So that's over 4 feet. That's pretty far back. So I'm gonna have to do 4.5 feet, and I'm already sitting in the 40. Yeah, I'm gonna have the Tandems pretty good distance back. But if I really wanted to play by the book, I would go back to the shipper, tell them this ain't gonna work. But knowing where the load is going to, and I tend to run at night anyway, and no scales, I'm gonna just go ahead and run it. But really not, I don't condone doing this, okay? So yeah, I'm gonna slide the Tandems back 4.5 feet. It'll be 9 holes on a JCT trailers. I have a 6-inch hole pattern, so I'm gonna have to go 9 holes back. All right, so I'm gonna call this one a night. Otherwise, get rolling with the Tandem at 44.5 feet's pretty good distance back. So that'll be a fun time. All right, so we'll probably see you guys in Victorville. Let you guys know how things go there. So see you guys.